ice cream shop. And his friend were cleaning the house. We've worked hard today. Let's treat ourselves to some ice cream. Look, George, there's a new ice place in town. Let's give it a try. We've come to try your ice cream, the man said to the owner. I'm glad someone has, said Mr. Herb. Come on in. I just opened the place, and no one knows I'm here yet. Well, I'll have a strawberry, said the man with the hat. George was curious. Could he scoop ice cream? I have some errands to do, George, said the man. Stay here until I come back. You can have some ice cream, but don't get into trouble. Take your time deciding, George, said Mr. Herb. I'll start on a special order I have to fill. George couldn't make up his mind. There were so many to choose from. Mr. Herb was busy filling a bowl with ice. This is my first big order. It's for a party, and it has to be just right. The next thing you know, George had climbed onto the counter and picked up the scoop. He dipped it into the ice cream and put it in the bowl. Then he dug into the strawberry, the nutty nut. Soon there was a mountain of ice in the bowl. George was just about to put vanilla on top of peppermint when, George! Mr. Herb yelled. That's not what my customer ordered. Now I have to start all over again, he said. Get away from here.
Out. Get out.
George was scared. He ran over to the other counter in front of the window. There was even a bowl. George was getting hot. Suddenly, there was a tapping on the window. George turned around. George turned around. George turned around. George turned around. Outside, there was a crowd watching. Add some nuts, George, called a boy. Try the sprinkles, said a girl. Don't forget the cherry on top. How could George forget the cherry? Just as George was about to taste his masterpiece, Mr. Herb came over. He was still angry. But before Mr. Herb could scold George, the crowd rushed in. Finally, everyone was served. Thanks for all those. Just then, the man with the hat came back. Have you finally decided what flavor you want, George? He sure did, said Mr. Herb. A little of everything,